Yo, what's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. Look, man, it looks like Ryan really did cheat, right? And to be honest with you, this whole situation of this fight has been very comical. And honestly, it's like a farce. And it's a joke. It's when it comes down to the sport of boxing, for the majority of the time, as we know, the sport of boxing gets the best out of fighters, either through, you know, marketing, either through exploitation or just being damaged goods. A lot of the time, these fighters go broke. A lot of the time, these fighters don't leave with their faculties intact, and boxing essentially gets the best out of them. There's no union. These fighters don't have health care. And the list continues to go on. They leave with, a lot of brain damage, severe slurred speech, and a lot of the time they end up being broke. And then there's guys like Ryan Garcia that understand the hustle and they know how to maximize, right, their profits, their time in the sport, and make a good amount of significant amount of money, right? Where sometimes it looks like what they do in terms of building a career, it's not really a career, other than about just making the most lucrative fights. They're not really interested in being a champion, in recent memory, just in this time. Think about guys like Ryan, think about guys like Jake Paul, right? You can't knock the hustle. As I just prefaced this, like the majority of the time, boxing gets the best out of these fighters, and they don't really get to maximize their profits, their return of investment. Hold on, guys. Let me mute the other computer in the back. Speed and Drew, if you guys are on, I already sent you guys the link. So yeah. But so I kind of questioned myself in that last little video. I was kind of emotional. I kind of felt like they were trying to cheat Ryan Garcia, and to a certain degree, they're trying to make his fight into a no contest. But going back to that certain degree, I do feel that there is this xenophobic trait in terms of the sport of boxing, or just Olympic testing, or how do I phrase this? Hey, what's going on, Vince? US fireworks. Hey, Ricky. Yeah, man. I mean, shit. This Saturday, dude, it's gonna be an amazing fight. I'm super excited for this fight between Jaime and Canelo Alvarez. I like the undercard. I'm very interested to see if Jesse Magdaleno still has it in him for one last push to become a champion. It's not going to be easy, as he's going and facing Brandon Figueroa, who's just as tough as they come, right? Just going to bring it. But I'm really excited with seeing Fabian Maidana, the younger brother of Marcos Maidana, versus Mario Barrios. It's a pretty good little undercard, and I'm really excited for it. And of course, the main event between Jaime and Canelo Alvarez. I was kind of looking into that fight that Jaime had against Sergey Derenchenko, and that was an amazing fight. And to be honest with you, it's been such a long time that Canelo has faced a fighter like Jaime, let alone a fighter like Sergey Derenchenko. The last one that comes to mind is either a Triple G, but more specifically a Danny Jacobs. And Danny Jacobs did okay versus Canelo. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Jaime Munguia is better than a prime Danny Jacobs, but I'm telling you that if Jaime and Danny Jacobs were to fight, that'd be a pretty close fucking fight. I think Jaime can do a really good job of upsetting Canelo over the weekend. Obviously, it starts with his tactical approach, how he goes about implementing his game plan, and when he decides to fight. But he needs to use his range, and he needs to attack Canelo to the body. If I see Jaime begin to headhunt Canelo, Canelo's got impeccable slips. He doesn't really get hit flush on the face. He parries a lot of shots. He's a very slick fighter. But as the head can move and manipulate, the waist and the body doesn't. If Jaime attacks Canelo to the body, he's going to have a good chance of winning this fight. and then he can, go and become the Jaime that we know and be a volume puncher late in the rounds, as we know Canelo does tire out. Obviously, it's easier said than done. Canelo's such a savvy, intelligent counterpuncher. He sets up traps beautifully with his feints. So it's not going to be easy, but we already know that, and Jaime should know that. A lot of people are saying that Oscar is putting Jaime into harm's way, but nah, man. In fact, he just made Jaime that much richer if this pay-per-view were to do great numbers. And it all started because Oscar De La Hoya said his speech. Whether it was written off a note, a flashcard, it don't really matter. The point is it got a reaction, and this fight just became that much bigger just because of proper promotion. Going back to Ryan Garcia, though, all he cares really is about money. He doesn't really care about the perception of essentially being a clean fighter, right? He told us many times that he wasn't, well, not many times, but he told us that he cares about winning, that he wasn't going to weaken himself. I look at that as cheating, right? Because you're trying to get an upside on a person, whether you paid a fee or whether the other camp knows cheating occurred. And now we know that he failed a drug test. I don't know if it was the day before or during fight night, and then the test afterwards. Nevertheless, he failed basically his A sample and B sample. And now Ryan has to, I don't know if he's going to go to court, but now he has to absolve himself of this cheating stipulation or this clause that he's now coined a cheater. Again, I don't really think that Ryan cares if he's labeled a drug cheat or not. To be honest with you, I don't think he even cares whether Devin Haney suffered any residual damage in that ass beating that he got, whether it's a broken jaw or anything. He could have killed Devin Haney because obviously his incompetent father, Bill, wasn't going to stop the fight. And if Ryan Garcia, going back to like yesterday's live or 2 lives ago when I went on for 20 minutes, I was talking about Margarito and how they like to go after certain Mexican or Mexican-American athletes because they don't think that we can beat these slick black fighters or these great fighters without cheating, right? There's this notion that, we can only cheat and that's how we beat them. So that's where that mindset was coming from. But the reality is Ryan has a lot of skill, right? They try to tarnish the reputation of Antonio Margarito, right? When he beat Miguel Cotto. Mind you, he didn't cheat against Miguel Cotto. Supposedly, he got caught cheating against Shane Mosley fight. But a lot of people think, well, if he cheated in this Mosley fight, he also cheated in this Cotto fight. And that's the only way Margarito was able to out-tough and destroy Cotto, right? Because he was essentially the poster child for Top Rank in terms of the Puerto Rican audience. That's not the case, but regardless, perception is essentially reality, and they suspended Margarito for 2 years, and then his Pacquiao concaves his face, same thing with Mosley, and Cotto gets his revenge. But the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and now hopefully I preface this correctly, they're the ones that sign off whether a fighter is stacking their hand wraps or not, or there's plaster of Paris. So if a fighter, in terms of Margarito, got caught cheating, people knew and they signed off on it. Obviously, the person that ended up suffering his first defeat and damage was Cotto. They did the same thing to Canelo Alvarez when he didn't want to play ball with WBC and Mauricio Suleiman, right? The WBC wanted to make Triple G versus Canelo fight, and for whatever reason, Canelo was not interested in that fight. Maybe he was afraid of the monster in Triple G. But then all of a sudden, Canelo fails a drug test. And Canelo is belittling the WBC. He gets stripped. He doesn't care to defend that belt or, for other people to tell him how he's supposed to go in terms of choosing his opponents. And then all of a sudden, perfect timing, Canelo fails a drug test of clenbuterol. If someone were to tell you a different story, they would say that there was a coup to tarnish the reputation of Canelo so he can get back on the good graces with Mauricio Suleiman and the WBC belt, right? And that's essentially what happened. Now, Mauricio Suleiman is buddy-buddy with Canelo. He makes all these amazing commemorative belts for these fights. And they're all in good graces. The WBC is taking that 3% for Canelo. But for a really long time, Canelo and the WBC didn't really get along until, he had to absolve himself with the hair follicle. Well, just like how Canelo was sticking to his guns and not letting boxing exploit him, Ryan stuck to his guns. And he didn't let boxing get the best out of him anymore. And he made the maximum profits that he could. So he doesn't really care about cheating. He just really cares about the money. He doesn't care about the post that he puts on when his baby boy is born and announces to the world that he's divorced. Now, you can take that one way or the other way. A lot of the time, people be like, well, at least this is what my mom told me, because one day we were having this conversation. She's a big fan of Ryan Garcia. I don't know who put my mom on TikTok, but it's very interesting in terms of her newsfeed. But regardless, it started a line of dialogue. And I was like, look, Mom, I don't really like Ryan Garcia because he has horrible timing. And he doesn't really care about honoring, like he doesn't have honor. And then I gave that example of that post that he put on Instagram where it was like he had a newborn and he announces to the world that he's being divorced. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like, this is not a good look. My mom looked at it in a different perspective and she told me, no, what Ryan did was actually correct. Because if he doesn't tell the world that he's no longer with his wife and he's seen with another girl, people are going to come to, and speculate and be like, look, he's cheating on her. But if he announces the whole world that he's single, then there's no foul. People don't say that he's cheating. And I was just like, it's a very interesting perspective because she's like, a lot of celebrities do that nowadays. Long story short, man, it's all cheese, man. But that's the way I look at it. But going back to like last night's live, that was like 10 minutes long. I was thinking to myself, bro, why are you trying to defend Ryan Garcia? You know this motherfucker cheated. Excuse my language. You know this dude cheated. Like, what about Devin Haney? You know what I'm saying? A clean athlete. Like, this guy could have had a broken jaw. He could have essentially been in a coma. There was a lot of shots that Ryan hit Devin Haney on the back of the head. A lot of them. In that ear, behind that ear range area. Again, going back to Bill Haney, he wasn't going to stop the fight. And Ryan still had a little bit of a heart to be like, look, bro, like, come on, bro, stop it. But regardless, Ryan, like, fucking put a stomping on Devin, right? Maybe Devin comes back. Maybe he does even greater things. But, it's not to say that Devin and the way they go about playing the sport of politics, right? Paying certain sanctioning fees, being a franchise, belt holder, stripping Lomachenko. They play in the political game, right? To get into position, because a lot of fighters just don't want to fight him, like Lomachenko at the time or Teofimo Lopez. And then they hire certain revs, like how Mayweather did with Kenny Bayless, but that's all within the rules. See, that's not necessarily cheating. That is trying to get an upper hand, right? But that's not necessarily cheating. Right? That's just knowing how to play the game. It's like if I'm a California fighter and I only want to fight in California because that's where my people, they're going to support me. That's where like I'm based at. Why the fuck would I take my business to Japan or China and fight foreigners over there when I'm not going to get the same privileges that I'm going to have in terms of home field cooking, right? That's why in any other basketball, football game, you have home field advantage, right? Your fans are cheering you on, X, Y, and Z. Why is this a big problem in the sport of boxing? But what Ryan did, well, those are two big flags, and those are no-nos. Like how Scott Quigg, didn't make weight and then broke essentially Oscar Valdez's jaw in Arizona. And then on top of that, Ryan didn't make weight, essentially broke Devin Haney's jaw, and on top of that, failed 2 drug tests. Like, we can't condone that. That was an incredible, shocking night that what Ryan did, because we are not wrong in terms of him spiraling out of control. Like, man, that kid was all over the place, and we know he's willing to backtrack on certain statements. First it's about saving the children, then he says that he's trolling, but whatever the case may be, the kid has a lot of cop-outs. But this is going to be a very interesting situation that's going on here, because I don't want to say that VADA is such a clean organization, given that it's ran by or is a close associate of Victor Conte. He's one of the people that set their curriculum and the rubric in terms of, finding and testing drug athletes. But Victor Conte, like most people, when they do a crime, they do the time, they deserve a second chance. Not saying that they can't go back to their cheating ways, but it looks to me that Victor Conte is trying to do a right thing in a very dirty game. He's dirty and his hands are dirty himself, but again, he deserves a second chance. Ryan deserves a second chance as well, so he has to prove his innocence because he is ultimately found guilty. Vince Vargas goes, us, fireworks. Hey, Ricky. Hey, brother. Drew 1-2-3 goes. He doesn't care. He didn't make weight and he tested positive. That's double jeopardy. Yeah, I agree, brother. The Mexican G goes, it's a shame Ryan is a cheat. I was happy to see him get the W. I agree, man. I think the rest of the world, hey, Drew, along myself, I was happy for him as well because I was like, damn, bro, like, you actually fucking did it. Like, not many people can say that. And not many people were giving him, and he beat every system in terms of kind of like body language and perception of what you're not supposed to do. He went against the grain. He went against the betting odds, the bookies. He did it his own way, and he got it done. But now we know because he was on the juice. Yo, what's going on, Drew? How you been, bro?
Yo, what's up, man? How you been, man? Good, 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 man.
Yeah, I'm good. A little all over the place. I'm trying to find the pitch and the tone to go about this argument. But that's what happens when I don't write my notes and I just freestyle off the top. But
Yeah, man, because you've been kind of consistent. Well, past 2 days, you know.
yeah,
But
let me ask
yeah,
you a
no,
question,
it's
Drew. What's your take with this whole Ryan situation of failing the drug test? Do you believe Victor Conte is stacked on the results? Do you believe in the science, or do you believe in the truth seeker and mass manipulator in Ryan Garcia? Or to be honest with you, do we even care?
at this point, it's just making him look worse than he already is. I mean, he's overweight. I mean, he's overweight and he won the fight. I mean, he can take that home with him, but it wasn't even for a belt to begin with, you
Yeah.
know. So for him to cheat, it's already like making it even worse, you know. I'm saying like there's we can't really prove it yet, you know. I think they're waiting for like this B sample or some shit like that. The second
Oh,
round of
okay. I thought
result,
that was
like
already
this.
released.
No, I think they're still waiting on that. So once that comes out, then we'll know for sure, you know, like if it was like purposely done or what, because I mean there's just too much of a coincidence with all these other matchroom fighters, you know. I know like they like to compare that to like to Alicia Baumgartner or whoever tested positive for that drug that they whatever that they tested positive for. It's like Austrian or something like that,
Yeah.
something like that. But it's funny because it weeds in it, you know. There's Austrian weed, but yeah,
You
so
said
it's
there's
like
Austrian in wheat?
weed.
Oh, and weed.
Yeah, like
Okay,
it
gotcha,
can bring it
gotcha.
up. Yeah, yeah, but um yeah, and it has to do with like CBD, if you smoke CBD, shit like that,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
But
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
anyway,
I thought
yeah,
that's what
because
Ryan was going to pop dirty for, bro. I know I had been
exactly.
calling about it. I was talking about the weed because I was like, this dude, he's fucking drinking in the weigh-in and he's smoking weed, and you don't have. He's
But
unapologetic about it because I mean, he's not like committing a crime. He's just going against the grain and tradition of what we want clean athletes or what the legends of the past year. That's what typically behavior that they don't do. It's all
yeah,
discipline. It's very strict rules like sleeping very early, running and training 4 times a day, not having sex during camp. And Ryan was basically the antithesis of that. He was doing the polar opposite, and it fucking worked until basically these results came in. So yeah, man,
and
just expound on that. Like, what do you think, man?
this is a thing, right? Like he's coming off of as a big fucking liar, like a compulsive liar, you
Yeah,
know. And the way he's proving that within one video, right? Like he goes back and forth with what he says, and it's like, bro, like like who the hell are you? You know, like who are like you know. So he's a compulsive liar, bro. And the way he sounds, you just can't believe like the way you guys make Tyson. That's another subject, but the way you guys make Tyson Fury sound is the way I expect Ryan to sound. You know, like that's like that. This is the way Ryan is, bro. Like he's a fucking liar. I don't believe nothing he says. Um, so I mean, I don't think he's. This is the thing, though. I don't think he's smart enough because he's already doing dumb shit like prior to the fight. I don't think he's smart enough to know what the fuck a drug would actually do. Like, I don't think he's smart enough to take a drug purposely and kind of feel the difference. You know, I think having extra weight is just good enough to be a cheat. You know,
Yeah.
like
I
so
mean,
he's
4
already
fucking pounds, bro. You know, and
yeah
many times that's already a whole complete different weight class. So that's un
yeah
chingo, bro. Like that's not like we can't downplay the fact that he was damn near 4 pounds heavier. You know, a lot of people seem to tell me, or at least Henry Garcia, he's doing a great job of the spin zone of saying that, you know, well, Devin weighed in more than my son on fight night and when we stepped into the ring. Really, Henry? I'm not saying Devin isn't or doesn't rehydrate, you know, big. He did
oh and
against
then
English in other fights, but fucking Ryan looked humongous, bro.
yeah
So I'm
then
like,
Henry's just coming off of it as even more of a fucking compulsive liar, more of a like a crazy ass dude, bro. Like literally beefing with Eddie Hearn, and then apologizing within the same argument. It's crazy, bro. Like they don't stand on shit they say, you know, and it's fucking crazy. And he allows Ryan. Oh, fucking his mom commented on my one of my comments. Like I commented on this one post, and then she's on this amateur. It was this dude making an amateur post. He was explaining pretty much what had gone down like in those fights, like him versus Devin in the amateurs, and then his mom goes, "Oh, he won this fight, except they didn't want. Oh no, I'm sorry, they're talking about Shakur and Ryan, and I guess they fought. Shakur beat Ryan, and then she had the audacity to say, Ryan beat Shakur. They just wanted Shakur to go to the Olympics. He won that for sure. So, if you guys know how the amateur works, you know that Ryan won, and it's like, bro, like, what are you talking about? They're all compulsive, bro. Like they're all fucking compulsive. You know?
yeah, I,
It's
I
cr-
agree, man. That's a very fair point. You know, one of the things that Ryan like either has going for him or not going for him. You know, one of the things is like he's erratic and he's all over the place, and people know that. And it seems like people are giving him the pass because when he
yeah,
associates himself with guys like Trump, or he goes on and
he
you
gets
know says
points.
he frees out his money, and now they're trying to ruin his reputation. You
Yeah,
tend to see like this is usually what happens, or they try to do during like political campaigns. Let's tarnish and ruin this dude's reputation by flooding the media and algorithms with posts that aren't even true. Like we see that it happens, especially when they're going after you. You do see that, you know. I'm not trying to absolve OJ Simpson, but that's basically what they did to him. I mean, fuck, dude, we can go on the a list of a lot of athletes right now. LeBron James, a lot of people aren't talking about the Balco scandal. You know, it's been but there's like MMA fighters like JL Shonen going all in on LeBron, and he's been accusing LeBron of doing these things. They did the same thing to Barry Bonds, and the thing is, when people believe the lie, like that, like again, the perception is reality. They're not really tripping if what the facts are. Like if if everything lines up and makes sense, they're gonna stick to the guns for fucking decades and forever.
yeah. I
So, and
hope.
then Ryan, if we're just being logical, he is a compulsive liar. He's lied multiple times. He beefs with his promoters like Golden Boy after Golden Boy told you, like, dude, don't take this fight. Golden Boy did the same thing to Canelo, bro. Don't fucking fight Floyd Mayweather. And these boxers, out of arrogance, you know, fucking take the fight. And when they get beat, they want to be like, where you at, bro? You weren't fucking there, you know? You didn't fucking hug me and coddle me into bed, you know, like you
Yeah,
were fucking in rehab and you were spooning yourself. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You're a grown fucking man that didn't want to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a moment of I told you so, but I fucking bloody hell did. And you didn't fucking want to take my advice. Why the fuck do you want my advice now? And I apologize for cussing. I don't really like cussing for emphasis, but you get what I'm saying? Like, it's very erratic behavior. And then, all the stuff that Ryan said to like Bernard Hopkins and all these things, like, bro, they have the best intentions for you,
Yeah.
and Tank and Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, they played you. And you're still taking advice from Floyd Mayweather. You see what I'm saying? Canelo hugs Leonard Ellerbe. Bro, but they're the fucking enemy when it came down to trying to ruin you and ruin your career. There's always backhanded compliments from Floyd Mayweather. Oh, he was easy work. I wasn't even in my prime when I beat you. And you're still hugging the opposition. But you fucking sue Oscar for what? Bro, it's the most ridiculous shit. And again, I'm not saying that Oscar is perfect because he's not. He's not a good father, but whatever the case may be, that's for other things. Oscar, but when it came down to the sport of boxing, the motherfucker knows what he knows. And it came with experience. It came with winning a gold medal. It came with all these people trying to leech and destroy the reputation of Oscar just because he got caught with some fishnets. Like, all right, did he do a crime? No, bro. The dude's just, a little fucking freak, a little weirdo. But, like, not a crime was committed, and, it did look bad for the company and PR and all these things. And eventually, they found ways through the key man clause to ruin his company. And there was only one man that stayed. Richard Schaefer betrayed him. Al Heyman betrayed him. And all four of them were doing great business, And, yeah, bro, it is embarrassing. But at the end of the day, it's, like, not dishonorable,
Yeah, he just made a bad decision, probably one that he regrets, and he probably wished that he did that like maybe not at all, like fucking, and maybe in closed doors, or maybe just fucking, like it couldn't have been a like a joke, he
yeah.
probably wish he probably wished that he probably like just, I don't know, like went about it differently, like, but hey, that's like, that doesn't change the fact that he's a legend inside the ring, and he's also, the most successful promoter, ex fighter, uh,
Yeah, dude, he's the
of
only
all time.
successful promoter, ex-fighter. Like, Floyd Mayweather
Of all
ain't doing
time.
nothing running Mayweather Promotions. And when
Yeah.
Canelo, I would like to see Canelo build a star. Like, who has
Hmm.
Canelo built? He's in his moment. Jake Paul's done a better job promoting than he has. He has like
He,
Ashton Lyle and not the what's the female fighter, la Boricua, Amanda Serrano.
Amanda.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's done a great job with her. He's done a better job than promoting. And Canelo's got a couple of fighters on his stable, and I think a few of them are fighting on his undercard.
Yeah.
But look, man. Yeah, dude. Oscar, they always shit on Oscar. You know what I'm saying?
But what did
Like,
Canelo
dude, the
say though that
motherfucker
pissed him
has a
off?
stellar resume, bro. Stellar resume, bro. From like Fernando Vargas, Mayorga, Mosley, Pernell Whitaker, fucking Chop Chop, or was it Chop Chop Corley? No. It was
Yeah.
I Corte, undefeated.
Yeah.
Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Bernard Hopkins, Felix Trinidad, Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, even guys like Steve Forbes. Like, bro, Oscar done fought all of them. Like, he fought all of them. And
Yeah. Yeah.
people
It,
just forget, bro. Like, you're like, damn, are you serious?
what was that?
No. It's just that people forget. And like, his resume is fucking amazing. 6-time, 5-time divisional champion. What a beast, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, no. What do you think about what's his name? Fucking Canelo kind of going at Oscar. You think he would have slapped him?
Look, I'll say this. Yeah, I think Canelo would have slapped Oscar for sure. But
Yeah.
I will say this, bro. Fuck Canelo, bro. He's the reason is he's so fucking ungrateful, right?
Mm,
And he's so backwards. What I mean by that is, and I kind of talked about it in the live the other day. Um,
mm.
One of the reasons is he never really wanted to fight Mexicans because he's Mexican and he represents Mexico, and he didn't want to cause divisiveness amongst his people, right? And a lot of people were like, no seas way, bro. No seas un way. Everybody knows when two Mexicans throw it down, they give you some of the best legendary fucking fights ever. Little guys like Israel Vasquez versus Rafa Marquez damn near went blind fighting each other. You have Eric Morales versus Barrera, and you can go on the list of amazing things. You know, Juan Manuel Marquez fighting all these guys and Rocky Juarez, and the list goes on, right? So people were like, no seas pinche cobarde. You know what I mean? Like, no seas mamón, bro. Like, that's not even fucking true. So he don't want to fight Mexicans. Apparently, that's what Canelo. So he's all about unity. He's always about uniting La Raza and all of these Latinos, supporting, and they all support one another, right? Maluma, Peso Pluma, all of these things. But when it comes down to Oscar the Loya, where's the unity there? The dude will hug, essentially an enemy. At one point was Eddie Hearn when he failed the drug test. Eddie Hearn had a lot of things to say about that situation. And he goes on to hug Leonard Ellerby. And then his thing is, oh, you start stealing money from a lot of fighters. Did you pay the money to Triple G? I'll say this. Triple G was very angry at Golden Boy at one point. And he was talking about the money situation. Only to see that Triple G's true fucking nature was that he didn't even want to pay his fucking trainer, Abel Sanchez, the 10%, who Abel helped build Triple G in the stateside and was responsible for him grossing over 100 million on that contract with the zone. And then all of a sudden he wants to take back the terms and be like, look, that 10% was okay when I was making like 1.5 million because you're only getting 150K. But now this is 100 million, and I don't think that 10% justifies me paying you 10 million. Bro, Abel Sanchez did a whole lot of, I'm gonna call it spin zone because I don't want to use a certain word, but he spun the narrative on Canelo so much and building like this crab of the bucket mentality towards the people, when he was like Mexican style and Canelo's not doing, like, you remember all that narrative going on?
No, oh yeah, I remember them beefing on the press conference too.
Yeah, was because Abel Sanchez was saying some fucking nonsense. And a lot of people in the comments and Mexicans would side more with Triple G over Canelo. And I'm just like, how does that happen, bro? You guys don't even
Yeah,
fuck with Triple G like that, or Abel Sanchez. Because if that's the
yeah,
case, why don't you guys mess with them now? You know? And
yeah.
so basically, Abel Sanchez did this whole coonery, for fucking Triple G, and only for Triple G to run away with the money and hire a different trainer. And Abel Sanchez was left essentially, with his hand on a dick in the cold wind with no bus ride back home. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean Munguia has a surprisingly big amount, a large amount of supporters, bro. There's a lot of people in Mexico that are pulling for this guy and hate in spite of Canelo. You know, like a lot of dudes, a lot of people in Mexico hate him, bro, just because they feel like that's not their king. You know, like they don't feel like this is the guy that fights everyone that they want him to. You know, so at the end of the day, he still has his record, he still has his resume. You know, they're always gonna be remembered, but um, yeah, no, it's just fucking crazy, bro. Like you're talking about that Abel Sanchez shit right now. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember the press conference, bro. Like that's literally what saved the press conference. It got a little more uh active. I remember. I was like, finally, that shit was fucking boring. It was just Triple G and Canelo just like talking about their skills and shit, and that's it. But yeah, man,
Yeah, no, absolutely,
good
man.
weekend
There was
fights. So
say again.
I said this should be a good weekend of fights, bro. I just lost a bet. I just lost a fucking bet today, and I was like, God damn it.
Would you put
The
basketball or what?
Now it was boxing. It was Banzian, Bazian or something like that, and
Oh, Eric
some
Bazinian, the Canadian,
yes,
he won or not?
yes, he got a draw, bro, and I felt like he lost, so I was like, God damn, dude, like, and I was like going back and forth today, like, is it gonna be a knockout or a decision? And then it ended up being a draw, so I was like, God damn, I was gonna use, I just put like $40 in, so I might just do like a little $50 parlay for the
Yeah, I will
weekend.
say this. I've been trying to bet against Eric Bazinian as well multiple times. I forgot that he was fighting today, but I've been
Yeah.
betting against him when he fought like that Argentinian that dropped Edgar Berlanga,
Oh
Coseros,
yeah.
and he
Yeah.
keeps fucking beating my bets because they're, because he's fighting in Canada. And
Yeah.
he's fighting like these guys. Like when you look at his skill, he looks very basic, but somehow he gets the job done. And
hmm
I'm just like, one of these dudes are gonna upset him, but that's yet to happen. And I'm like, I
Well,
lose too. I'm like, fucking guy, this dude's
it,
fucking winning.
yeah, he's fucking pillow fisted, bro. I was like, what the hell? This guy's like so damn slow, bro. Like he's like he has the fundamentals, like he has the right, you can tell like he shadow boxes and he makes sure his hands are on the right place because he puts his hands up, like and he boxes, like he knows how to box pretty good, but it's just he's just a slow motion type of dude. I'm like, why are you so slow? Like, why you letting him punch you like that? Like, you got the fundamentals, you just slow as fuck. And it's just his body, his build was like he's just kind of like one of those guys that don't really focus on on being explosive. Really, they just think they're gonna score points, and then they think that they're just gonna smother you to death. When they actually get like a dude that's athletic and explosive, then that's when they have problems, and that's what happened today, bro. This dude was explosive, bro. Like I didn't. Yeah, I actually seen some highlights this morning. That's how much I wanted to bet on this one fight that was available
Yeah.
on Bovada, and this dude really just lost to big punchers that have losses, with the high knockout ratio. So I was like, damn, like it was a hard. Like I can't get mad, like when you're going back and forth on a knockout or a decision on one guy, and you end up losing, you almost can't be mad, because you're like, fuck, like who would have thought, like who would have thought this was the fucking outcome, because I'm pretty sure it was like an 8,000 or like 4,000 draw on a draw or some shit like that, plus
Let me ask you
4,000.
this, bro. Yeah, they're usually like 2,000 plus.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this: can they overturn that decision of Ryan Garcia versus Devin? Like, can they overturn that victory? And then one more step further,
I don't think
can
they
they
could.
take? Can Devin Haney sue for damages on Ryan Garcia that he sustained for the failed drug test, or no?
No, no, no. I don't think. I don't. You're saying Ryan Sue Devin, right?
Yeah, can Devin sue Ryan?
Oh. Well, I mean, it's in the contract. Like it's they can actually appeal, the loss, but I don't think no type of as like what type of damages do they get if it gets a no contest? Like you're pretty much cleaning it up, so then you don't have to sue, you know? Like I feel like I already feel like it's already a double wrong with what Ryan's doing. Like if he tested positive without the weigh in without the weight issues, like I think maybe like you do that, you sue, but since Ryan kind of weighed in overweight, it kind of mules it. It kind of molds it, like you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like cheating is which is still to be proven if Ryan did it or not. Uh if you get I feel like cheating like that, uh, any type of steroid is a lot worse than coming in overweight. Like you coming in overweight, it's strategic, and it's how you feel when you're at that weight,
Yeah,
and you can still fucking lose. And matter of fact, you know, Devin only lost the rounds that he got knocked down in. Maybe some rounds that he didn't, but he definitely, won some rounds that the one
I
once the
thought
round.
Ryan won like seven, or I thought he won like eight plus the knockdowns, bro.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
like
I
I
thought
didn't
he.
even think the fight was close. Mainly it was just because like Ryan was turning his back. But like
Yeah,
aside from that, it wasn't. I don't. The fight wasn't even close, bro. Like Devin might have only landed a few good shots, and then all of them were like essentially illegal blows because, to Devin's defense, fucking Ryan was turning his back. You know. Let me read a
yeah,
few of these comments. Emiliano Vince goes. Emiliano Vargas was taking pics with Canelo after a training session for Vargas. War Speed goes. Canelo cannot stand Oscar, but he's willing to fight a Mexican and split the money with him instead of fighting a non-Oscar fighter who is only half Mexican. Ducking? Question mark. Vince Vargas goes, forfeit the purse. Oh man, get him
nah,
where
I
it
think
hurts,
I
man.
think he I think Ryan already paid Devin. You know, like Devin already got the 1500 1.5 mil or something like that. 1.6 mil. So he already accepted it, so he can't be mad, but I think, you know, the the drug shit or the the fucking the piss test or whatever came out, um made like gives him a reason to complain, you know, in favor. I don't know, like I don't want to make it sound like I'm on Ryan's side or Devin's. I'm mostly on Devin's side, you know, because he did shit straight, like the right way. But I just feel like, you know, if like shit's still to be told though, like we still gotta, like before I start talking and saying, oh, he tested positive, you know, like there's still some facts to be told, and things aren't 100% yet, you know.
Yeah, no, that's the way I look at it as well, bro. Cause like it's crazy, bro. Like
It just
even
doesn't feel like he cheated.
even if you side with Ryan, there's no big deal with siding with Ryan. The thing is, I feel like people want to believe him, but I'm gonna say this: how he's downplaying this situation, and saying that he was on the Jesus steroid. Like Ryan, this is not funny, bro. You
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
could have fucking killed and ruined the career of Devin Haney. You beat him so bad, bro, that he said he was gonna take time from the sport. So it wasn't just a regular loss; it was a detrimental one. There was a lot of
yeah.
hits behind the head. You dropped his hands essentially like 7 fucking times. They only counted for 2 or 3 of them, and like it looked like he had a big ass inflammation on his jawline.
Yeah,
Like
and what if he's not the
this
same?
is grounds for Devin being able to use this clause to sue, and like Vince says, forfeit the purse. Damn,
Yeah,
you
but that's a
know?
lot. I think, like what to call Devin, what if he's not the same? Like you're right. Like what if he's not the same anymore? Like that, like you can almost kind of blame Ryan because it only takes one fight, bro, to really damage your fucking your body, and you can actually, you're like fragile. Like there's a reason why, you know, dudes that get knocked out and keep fighting, they keep getting knocked out. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like there's a
hell
reason
yeah.
why. It's because it's just there's nothing that they can do about it. You just have a fucking horrible chin, you
And
know.
also
So
remember this: Devin was hurt, and he never really recovered from the first round of the first minute. He went on to fight for the next 35 minutes of that fight. You can probably say concussed, bro, because he never really recovered. Every little shot that Ryan would land, this dude was holding on for dear life. So just the
yeah,
fact that he had to process and just wait 1 minute and try to get hydrated, but next thing you know, fucking Ryan is touching that chin. Like, bro, that was hella brain damage, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you
yeah,
can
dude, like that
shorten
was
a
bad,
career
bro.
like that.
Hell yeah. But
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's
man, if Devin, if Ryan paid a penalty already, right, because of the weight, who's to say that he can't pay another penalty? Not just a no contest, but Devin could essentially sue.
and then
Uh, huh.
And then I'm sorry to swerve off a little bit, but you see Tank talk about it. He said he was like, "Man, they're trying to take away Ryan's win." And it's like, bro, like you do anything to support your or to benefit your fucking resume, huh?
Yeah,
Like
that's crazy, bro. Like I
yeah,
would
and he
never
does
think that Tank would come to his defense because it's funny because not too long ago, to reinforce your point, Tank was accusing Ryan of doing steroids in the past
exactly.
himself. Then all of a sudden he's just like, he wants to defend him. Like, what the fuck, bro?
No,
Like,
but he's doing
you,
it blatantly. You know,
I
he
know it's
knows.
fucking
He
weird, bro.
Yeah, he knows like when shit is wrong and right. You know, like he knows the difference, bro. And he's actually like he doesn't give a fuck. You know, and he's like, "What? What? Like." this is what benefits my resume. Like, I'm gonna go against my fucking, not like, I guess, morals. I guess my what I stand for, just so I can benefit myself and get,
Yeah.
like, just so like, I'm like, fuck, bro, like the only thing you got going on is Mario Barrios. That's your only like
Wait, who only has Mario Barrios?
tank, like that's his best win.
Okay, got you.
Like that's
Yeah, I mean, I guess that one's his best win that's standing the test of time. Because
yeah,
I would still say there's like, I still like that Leo Santa Cruz one because I have a lot of respect for Leo Santa Cruz. I think he's an amazing fighter,
that's true.
and all these other things. But but that hasn't really stood the test of time because obviously Leo Santa Cruz hasn't even really fought since then. But yeah, you can definitely say Mario Barros is his best win.
Yeah, yeah, that shit is crazy, bro. Um, but no, it's just that's just what's crazy to me. Like things that you just kind of see through people. Um, like that's really the one that stood out to me was like Tank's fucking comments and shit. But yeah, no, I mean, it's hard to tell, man. Honestly, I have no opinion yet. Like I have zero opinion. Like there has to be some kind of blatant shit that he just or like some kind of literally like he has to be like hiding it from us. Like I just feel like there's nothing intentional besides the weight that he did. Like I think Ryan's too stupid. I don't think he's that knowledgeable of what not stupid, but like he thinks too like yeah, fuck it, stupid. Like he just just the way he thinks, he knows, like from I don't know, he just seems like more because he's talented, he just knows what's up with his weight, he knows the advantage. So that's bad and that's
Yeah, I feel it, brother. Hey, Drew. So I'm just getting off at work, man. I'm gonna drive back home. I don't know if you want to go solo, or we can I just hop off the live, or we can just end it.
yeah, we'll just end it.
But it's up to you. Unless Speed wants to come in and co-host, and you guys can chop it up. But before we end it, though, I don't know if we'll go live tomorrow, but your predictions, or well, two. I'm gonna ask you two questions.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
think
yeah.
something happens tomorrow in the weigh between Canelo and Oscar, or do you think that what you may call it and then lastly, who wins on Saturday between Canelo and Jaime?
um I think Oscar got something up his sleeve. I think we needed Oscar's fucking BS. Like we needed that drama. Like it was like really good drama. It brought some, like attention. Like my cousins actually uh have been sending me memes about the whole situation today, and they don't watch boxing, they don't watch no sports, so it got to their timeline. So that right there, I'm looking at that, I'm like, you're a fucking genius, Oscar. you know like he he got their attention, now they're gonna watch it. So he's got something up his sleeve for this. I just feel like he's got something up his sleeve, man. He's ready though. He's ready, but something's gonna happen. But for the fight, as far as the fight, I got my dumbass cousin, the UFC fan, saying that Munguia is gonna he's saying he's gonna knock him out. And I'm like, bro, you're stupid, bro. Like he goes, yeah, bro, he punches harder than Triple G. I'm like, bro, I'm like, he goes, oh, so, and he goes, Triple G versus Munguia. I'll pick Munguia all day. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm like, dude, like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like, I'm starting to lean towards knockout, you know? Like, that's how I've been feeling lately.
I was
I just
when
feel
was
like I
let
just
me
feel
see.
like you piss off Oscar. I mean, Oscar pisses you off. Like I just feel like he helped you out. I just feel like you just, you just fucking did it for Canelo. Like now he's trying to prove you wrong, bro. Like now he's trying to knock out or like get a knockout and look at Oscar right after the fight and say, "Sup, motherfucker," like I predict that, bro. Like he's trying to set that up and he's trying to look at like Oscar, and he's trying to talk his shit at the end of the fight as well. You know, and said, like, like, what did I sign? You like, what did you sign? You didn't sign shit, you know, or whatever they're talking about in the press conference.
Yeah, I know. No, I feel you, bro. I know where you're coming from. Warp speed go. Oh, hold on. Clarence Royal says they say he didn't pass 2 tests today. Warp speed goes. Good evening, fall. If that's so, when do the news of the second test get revealed? It's all over the news. He could have killed him on style and power alone. PEDs help, but they don't make you a better boxer. Ryan was going to hurt Devin, PEDs or not. Well, check this out, Speed. To that point, Ryan was boxing horribly. I've never seen a fighter like him or anybody ever turn your back on combat like that. Given the fact that you just hurt and buzzed Devin Haney in the first round, the only thing that did matter was his power and his speed every time he touched. So it didn't make Ryan a better boxer being on the roids, but it did enhance his power and his speed throughout the whole fight. You get what I'm saying? And every time he touched Devin's chin, it was hurting him and it was wobbling him. Now I know Devin is chinny, but we've never really seen him be fumbled like that multiple times. Only just once against Linares. And yes, he held on for dear life. But Ryan, any little moment that he would go on a sporadic little blitz, barrage of punches, that PD, it one does lead to another. But anyway, yeah, man. Going back to those questions that I asked you, Drew, I would say this, man. Hopefully Oscar pushes Canelo and really just, gets Canelo spar the round. Kind of like Caleb Plant did. Caleb Plant had a lot of success. To your point, it really made Canelo really dial in, and he gave us one of his best fights against Caleb Plant. But I want to see some good, like, back, trash talk. And I hope Oscar defends himself. I hope he doesn't just let the bad mouth and the foul mouth of Canelo just kind of take all over the stadium, calling them words like maricon and all that shit. Like, if I'm Oscar, I don't really downplay that. If I'm in that situation, boom, I hit him in the rib cage, try to damage a rib, get a little, help my boy Jaime. So it's like, hey, bro, I fucking weak him then in the stomach, kick his fucking ass. But yeah, to that point, and then the last question was like, who you got winning? Um, maybe 2024 is the year of the upsets. So I want to kind of secretly root for Jaime. But honestly, man, Canelo's got great skill and he's done great things for the sport for himself. But
Knockout.
ever since he started to learn English, I don't really like his mindset, man. I know you talked about maybe 10, 20 minutes ago that a lot of people don't really fuck with Canelo like that in Mexico, and it's because of this arrogant attitude that he has. Um, but regardless, he can feel the way that he is. You can say that he's a king in his country land. He fucking owns a soccer team and all this shit. So he's done great and wonders for himself, but he's very unappreciative. And the way that he goes about attacking Oscar, it's like, yeah, bro, where's this attitude against a young David Benavides? But when it comes down to a 55-year-old Oscar Lloyd, you got a gang of shit to say. So he's just a fucking coward, bro.
And
When he
you
broke
see,
that small flyweights jaw, Archie Solis, I knew he was a piece of shit. But yeah, yeah,
mm,
yeah. Go ahead.
did you see, like Canelo really started to trip, like really started to like get pissed when everyone was like, "Ooh," like he didn't really feel any type of way when he initially said,
Like
put some
profile
fucking.
my name. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like he really got pissed because he made him like he felt embarrassed, or not embarrassed, but
don't fucking talk
like
to me like
oh
that.
yeah, like he was like, oh shit, that was this, like he felt the disrespect through the audience reaction,
Yeah,
and then that made him mad. He goes, oh, you're not gonna disrespect me in front of all these people, you know.
yeah.
It
Don't
just
talk to me like that, huh?
yeah, yeah,
Paper, huh?
oh yeah, but you can barely hear
That
it
was
though.
funny, dude. You can barely hear. I was trying to do a video of me trying to interpret because I can hear a lot of the stuff that he said, but there's like one or two lines that I kind of missed. But yeah, bro, I gotta head home, man, or
All
else
right,
people at work gonna be tripping. But yeah, dude. Yeah, guys, have a good, safe night. Warp Speed goes. Oh yeah, I read that one. Oscar should say that Canelo has low testosterone levels. That's why he's getting bald and losing potency. Get it? Yeah, I get it. Um,
uh-huh, uh-huh.
I will say
I'm just
this,
kidding.
man. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
So I'm
excited, bro.
excited for the play-in tomorrow. I can't wait to see the shenanigans. One of the things I'll say this just to end it all. One of the things that Oscar brings that Bob Arum and even the Wizard and Eddie Hearn can bring is Oscar is flawed, but because he comes from a fighter perspective, he doesn't back down. There was an interview on IFL TV that Eddie Hearn was being interviewed by Kugan Cassius, and he was like, "Look, if I'm a promoter, the boxer is his career. He tells me what to do, so I just do what I'm told. But Oscar, he thinks that he's controlling the fighters." And he said something amongst those words, how Eddie Hearn goes about his business is he does what he's told, and Oscar is like, you do what I say. And that's where Oscar can, rifle feathers, where Eddie Hearn can't necessarily do that because he's going to really look like, oh, he's a bad guy. But the fact that Oscar does have that fighting spirit, he's going to fight back and talk shit to these fighters. Eddie Hearn is not going to go back and forth with fighters because, A, he can't really fucking beat fighters, whereas Oscar can, and he has that fighting spirit. So that's where Oscar, if you look at the press conferences when he's attacking Floyd or Leonard Ellerby, or in this case, Canelo, other fighters won't have that same reaction to another promoter like they do, with Oscar. So that's what Oscar brings different from that fighter promoter perspective. I don't know if it makes sense, but it made sense in my head that he can channel a certain different reaction from fighters that other promoters can't tap. Drew goes, thanks for the invite. Yes, sir. War Speed guys, you guys should listen to my live last night.
I was
I
talking
think
about
we
that.
did well addressing why Canelo shouldn't speak about Golden Boy as he's been doing. You guys should listen to my live last night. I think we did well addressing why Canelo shouldn't speak about Golden Boy as he's been doing. Look, at the end of the day, like Canelo talks about, he can say whatever it is that he wants. Who's gonna tell him otherwise? Not his mama, not the public. He doesn't really care about that. And
And
he
then I
doesn't really
said,
care.
go ahead.
No, you're good, brother.
I said thanks for the invite after you said that.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, guys, on that note, man, unless something spirals out of control, which hopefully it does, just for the shits and giggles and shenanigans and for this hype and this fight to be more hyped up, I doubt we'll go live maybe Sunday or Saturday, but
You'll
have a
probably
safe
be
night. Have a
you're
great
gonna be
weekend.
you're gonna be collecting Pokemon cards tomorrow or what?
Nah. I'm gonna take a little break, man. I actually sent 22 cards bulk to go get graded for PSA. So it's gonna
Damn.
take about 45 days, give or take. They already arrived on Wednesday of this week.
Holy
It'll
shit.
take 45 days. So I'm a little excited and a little nervous. I'll probably do a nice little video of before and after, and
Damn.
I'll list the people who I bought these cards. I hope,
Hey, I
bro,
should
this
do that,
is
huh?
just on my nerd shit, bro. But there's this one card. If it were to grade perfect, which is not,
Mm-hmm.
it would be worth like north of $36,000. But I know
Mm,
it's not, bro. I know it's not gonna be a 10. Respectively, I'm expecting the worst, and it'll probably be a 6.
what
Um,
is it? Oh, no, that's all
it,
good. You
it's
don't have to
it's
say.
called a Lugia, Lugie. It's
Mm.
Neogenesis, which is a double star. It's 9 out of 111 copies, right? So it's like 911 type of thing. They call it the Holy Grail Lugia. I'll type it in right here just so you can see it. Post comment Holy Grail Lugia. That's probably the rarest card that I have. There's other ones that I have, but this is the one that it could be life changing. But I know I'm not gonna get that grade. So, but I can cross my fingers and hit the lottery. But we'll see. Even if it doesn't hit that grade that I expected, I can always break the seal and the graded card. But I can just preserve it for years to come, and then maybe crack it and regrade it with a different company that isn't such hard of a critique. But you shoot for the highest, and then you expect the worst. Drew goes, no, you didn't. Even then, I only got one chance. Damn, I only got one. Wait, what was going on? I invited you.
'Cause
I invited you to the live before, and you didn't hop in. Yesterday, I went solo as I was late. No, you didn't. Oh, okay. So you and Speed are talking. All right, guys. Guys. Big drama show.
Right.
Hey, guys. On that note, man, have a good night. I know I said that like the past 10 times, but this one's for real. Drew, thank you for tuning in, bro, and hopping on and sharing your perspective. And then yeah, man, yeah, bro, we'll talk about it. Are you gonna host a little thing at your pad, or you want to slide through?
Let's see, what am I doing? Oh yeah, no, I mean, whichever, bro. Like you guys can slide over here. I'm a stream the fight through this super box. So it's been working pretty good. So I'm a stream it, you know. And if not, then I'm a buy it. But it's been working for the past couple pay-per-views. So
Oh,
uh,
okay. You said
whichever, bro. Like
super bug.
super box.
Oh, super box. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Johnny Macho says, "Hey, fool, you only have 2 viewers. That's it." Yeah, dude, bro. I fucking spew nonsense, bro. Like people don't listen, bro. You know what I mean? But Johnny Bravo, the picture that you have right there, the guy who created actually that character, he's from Salinas. Speed goes, man, who cares about how many viewers we got? Go listen to showbiz if you like big crowds.
Damn. Fight.
Hey guys, all right, dude. I'm trying to have a good
Hey,
night,
Warp
but
Speed,
have a
give
good
him your
night, man.
IG so he can contact you. You guys can
Yeah,
meet
for
up
real.
somewhere.
Hey guys, have a good
All
night,
right.
man, and
Peace.
peace.